Welcome, I'm Bastet. I'll be running your operation. The project's official name is the Adventurers' Research of Abnormal Civilian Experiences, or Project Arrowace for short, to investigate the unusual occurrences that have been happening everywhere recently. I've hired you all for your hands-on experiences.
I'm going to be honest, I think we should run.
I don't know, I'm not a wizard in real life.
Tentacles belong in the ocean!
I also lost all my food, so Delphi, in a few hours you might start looking really delicious.
Okay. You can't just kind of hand wave and say, oh yes, it's clearly from another plane of reality, without that implying a lot about a very powerful wizard doing it, or a university of powerful wizards doing it, or a god doing it.
It lets us know that when these other anomalies have been happening, it's potentially due to the use of temporal or spatial magic.
Who are you? I saw you in some kind of dream, but I think there's more to it than that. We need to talk.
I can't tell you exactly why I did all the things I did, but I did them. Okay?
Can everyone please roll for initiative?
Oh, I nearly cussed so hard.
So last time you went to see Lord Megan, you asked about if she knew anything about the fight, and Tor asked her about a recent excavation that she'd made. She was pretty unforthcoming to most of you, but when Delphi and Toz left, she said something along the lines of, I don't know what your uncle's looking for, but the political situation is tense. I don't know why he thinks this will solve it. There's more riding on this than he'd have you believe. Bulgar and Atha have been close lately. I don't know what they're hoping to achieve, but their guard is up. Then you had a talk, and Toz told Tor about Iona and Nana, and you got angry at each other, and then Tor tried to banish Toz and then cast Wall of Fire, and Delphi, you had like a vision at some point, and you saw a staff bathed in blood.
I wonder what that could be.
And the one person that you could see clearly in that vision was a golden mask. We ended with Tor writing a letter to Eiriol about the trial. Delphi said you said you were going to find out some secret society stuff. Toz said that you were going to talk to your dad. And Delphi, you noted to me that you would know where to find this information because if you're a researcher, law thingamady. So that's everything that happened last time. Where would you guys like to start?
I know what I'm doing with my dad, so I'm happy to start with that scene if the other two need time to think, but I'm not like, I need to go first, so what I'm saying is I have it ready to go if it's helpful to other people.
You leave the library, and... Well, no, wait, you wouldn't, because your dad also works in the library. So, you go out of the room that you were in the library, and you go and you find your father, who's sort of sitting at his desk, taking a little moment of peace. He's got a little cup of tea, and he's just kind of like looking pensively out the window. When you knock on the door?
I think she does the like knock as she's entering thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Yes, he looks up kind of startled and is like, "Oh, Toz, come in. How are you doing?"
I'm okay. I did want to talk to you about Tor, if that's alright.
Yes, of course. Why? Is everything all right?
I kind of will like hop and sit wherever there's a place available for me and just kind of say, he's just been really weird. And I mean, you know, Uncle wants us to do a practice round of the duel.
Ah, I see. That's the nature of the meeting tomorrow. He hadn't been very forthcoming with me, to be honest, but I knew it was important. I didn't realise it was that serious. A practice duel.
I think... And she kind of checks herself. I mean, yeah, it's unusual, but I suppose he knows what's best. But the reason I was asking is, I don't know. Tor seemed to be very distracted with these new friends of his. Do you know anything about that?
I can't say honestly that I've spent any time with these new friends of his. He seems very focused in a way that maybe he wasn't before. He spends a bit more time in his room. I sort of assumed that he was studying, you know, but well, I suppose I didn't question it too much because his, you know, it's good and healthy for him to be making friends and going out and seeing the city and such. Why do you think they don't have his best interests at heart?
I just think that, I mean, I know it's probably natural for teenage boys to be secretive, but he cast magic on me. He tried to banish me.
What?
Yeah. Going full tattletale. Yeah. Going full tattletale.
Yeah, I was gonna say, my god.
This is I'm channeling the older sister.
That's not acceptable. What? That's not like him.
I'm not even practicing either.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just think he was being... he's so... I don't understand why he can't just listen to me. He thinks that he knows best about everything. And he doesn't even begin to conceive that because I haven't been in Gairmarus for a few months that I don't perhaps have a little bit more experience about the world around us than he does.
Toz. Getting yourself wound up won't help anything. It's not okay that your brother did that, and that is some serious magic that I don't think he really understands the severity of, but it's normal for him to not listen to you and to be a little bit... I feel like all siblings are like that. I remember your mom was like that with Lord Arthur a little bit.
Yeah, but she accepted him as her commander when they were older. I think that
but she wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
She really wasn't happy about it. She put up with it because she knew that she had to, but well, frankly, that was a big curve for her, a big learning curve. She had to adapt, and yeah, it was a strange time, you know.
Oh yeah?
Obviously, I didn't get to see it because I wasn't a lord, but it sounded like an odd fight, to be sure. Certainly a surprise outcome, Ellie.
Can I roll an insight check out of a curiosity to because I know that he's couching. I can tell that much, but it's more like, is he trying to specifically hint to me stuff he doesn't think he feels he can say, or is it like that's weird?
Yeah, roll me an insight check.
So that's a 3 total.
You have no idea.
Weird.
Like, It could be anything. Huh, weird.
Weird.
Yeah, he's probably just that because, like, of course he thought your mum was going to be the rightful ruler because he was in love with her. That's what makes sense.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer to him and say, Dad, if in the fight tomorrow Tor doesn't surrender, I don't know. Should I not fight him? Should I just... I mean, it's just a practice, right? It doesn't mean anything. I just can't shake the feeling that if I hurt him... I know it's the custom, but I worry he'll just never be... It won't be how it used to be ever again.
You can tell he looks really conflicted. Toz, I don't think it's best for me to weigh in on this, you know. I know that that's not helpful, and I'm your pa, and you need somebody to give you the right answer, but I just don't think I can. You know, this isn't really... He looks at you in the eyes and he considers it himself for a moment, but then he carries on. This isn't really my world. I wasn't really... There are aspects of the way that we do things that I would not choose for you or Tor. But my opinions aside, it's hard to know what the right thing to do is. If you decide to not fight him, then that might be the more noble thing in a lot of ways. But I don't know if he would see that as
You think he'd be insulted?
a slight. Yeah. If he really means to face up to you, then well, yes, he might view it as a slight.
Okay. I kind of nod and I say, well, this was good talk. I do think you should speak to him before tomorrow at some point.
I'll try and get a hold of him.
Don't even tell him about the spell stuff, actually. He's gonna be really mad if he finds out I told you. I was just annoyed at him.
Oh, well, I've got to say something, Toz. I'm sorry, but that's not acceptable. Banishment is a seriously dangerous spell, and especially, I mean, I'm sure it's usually a bad thing, but based on what you've been saying in some of your letters, it sounds like it could be even worse right now.
I think he was just upset. We were talking about Mum. I think everyone keeps saying how much I look like her, but I really think there's far more of her in him.
I see her in both of you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go find my friend, and I'm gonna kind of like awkwardly pat him on the shoulder. Good talk!
He looks like real, like, lost in thought. Now.
Okay.
Even more so.
I take the, like, 2 empty cups of tea that have been left.
Yeah, as you kind of head out the door, you hear him kind of quietly just sigh to himself.
Single dad, tough life.
Single dad with 2 children that are about to, like,
Fight.
go mano and, like, not kill each other.
Get
but,
close.
Like, bad stuff. Get
Single
close.
dad
Bad stuff.
with 2 children who have to ritually fight each other. Like...
Delphi,
Yes.
you said you wanted to find out a little bit more about what was going on with, like, secret societies and stuff?
Yeah, based on what the vision that they had, right? Like, that's very obviously a secret society ritual thing with a very prominent symbol in the center of it of the golden mask. So, like,
Yeah.
probably should do a little bit of an investigate. I don't know if I'm going to find anything, but maybe.
So you spend a little bit of time in libraries, and I'm right in thinking that it's your sage feat, right? That means that
Yes.
you know where to find things. So you spend some time in the library, and it's a fantastic library. But all of the references to secret societies are very historical, from hundreds of years ago. There's nothing really very contemporary, and you realize that if you're going to find out about secret societies, it's not going to be from within the establishment, right? You're going to have to go to someone countercultural.
Let's find the Masons. No. I wonder if there's a really good paper that would cover such stories as
Yes.
that are not accepted by the wider groups of society. Yeah.
So you
Bad luck, there isn't anything like that.
You look on the.
I look
you
dead
kind of
into
remember
camera and say all those things.
You remember some of the flyers that came through the post earlier in the day when you were sparring with Toz, and you remember seeing something about the Truth Teller, which is a magazine that covers all of the conspiracies. Because you have photographic memory, right? You remember on the back it says something like, want to find out the truth, and then it
is there a group
sort
night
of
that happens to be happening tonight kind of thing?
There's a cipher type thing on the back.
No. Okay, Delphi ignores that. Where was it sent from? Because they all have to have publishing houses. They're cool, great. Where's the...
So you get your hands on one of them, and it doesn't have a publishing house on it. You realise it's because there's a sticker on the back that's covering the publishing house, because they have to print it, but they don't have to show it to anybody, right?
Yeah, they spend their entire time putting stickers on, so people have to do the puzzle.
Exactly.
Great.
So you sit there for 15 minutes, trying to figure out how to get this sticker off, and eventually you get it off.
I love that I spent 15 minutes solving the puzzle of take the sticker off, rather than 15 minutes solving the cipher that would probably be easier.
Or you could solve the cipher. It's fine. Whatever Delphi would do, man. Whatever Delphi would do.
She would absolutely be like, this is the only way.
You find out that their headquarters is somewhere in the lower half of town. And they've got a front as a joke shop.
Okay, great.
Of course they do.
Delphi goes inside and says, "What's the name of the paper again?"
The Truth Teller.
How could you forget?
Delphi goes, "You write the Truth Teller, right?"
The sort of sleepy-looking Loxodon with huge glasses looks up at you and kind of blinks herself awake, and she's like, "Oh my god! Oh, okay. I've got to tell Rupert about this. Hang on." And she punches out a message on a not walkie-talkie type thing, but a communicator, and she's like, "So our main guy is out at the moment, doing some investigative journalism, but I'm here. I can help. How can I help?"
What do you know about a group that a secret group? The only symbol I know of theirs is a golden mask. I'm sure you have many secret societies here, so gotta narrow it down.
I'm gonna make her roll an insight check to see if she rolled a 3.
Great.
She's like, "Ooh, okay, golden mask. To be honest, I'm pretty new here, so I'm not really sure, but I can show you our archives if you like."
Perfect.
And so she kind of takes you through, and she at the back of this joke shop, there's these like filing cabinets, and one of them has conspiracies, and then the other one has secret societies, and then there's like government nonsense. So she goes over to the secret societies one, and she sort of hands you a stack of files, and she has a stack of files, and she starts like kind of flicking through them. She's like, "So why are you asking anyway?"
Oh, I think I don't know. I think there's something weird about it, and I don't like it.
Ooh.
It's not one of those good secret societies.
Well, if they were doing good, they wouldn't have to keep it a secret, would they? That's what I always see it here, because, you know, like, we're trying to do good work, but there's a limit to what we can do, because obviously
So
we're
why
trying to
do you
keep
keep
profile.
yourself secret then?
Well, we can't be, like, super out there, because, you know, there's the government, and the government not going to try and, like, shut us down and, like, stop us from seeing the truth. That's why we're called the truth teller.
Don't you have, like, what's it called? Rights?
In Gairmarus?
No. Well,
Wait,
yes,
what?
but like, I mean, of course we do. Of course we've got rights. It's just like, you know, you can't say anything bad about any of the lords because that would be bad, right? Except I'm slowly unlearning that. I'm unlearning the idea that the lords are in any way, shape, or form better than us because they're just upholding an unjust system that creates an idea of nobility and is actually just a series of falsehoods propped up on other falsehoods. She's definitely quoting from some kind of like...
She's quoting from Rupert having said it 20 times already.
Yeah, exactly. Can I get you to roll an investigation check to see if you can find any information about a golden mask? Wow, my dice are not rolling well.
Well,
that was a 4.
it'll be fine, because I'll roll amazingly. That is pretty good. That's a 23.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's
that's
good.
great.
That's a 23.
I didn't roll a 23. I have a +8.
No. Nice. So this girl is like poring over a bunch of these documents, but you eventually catch upon a you see something about Golden Mask in the middle of a paragraph, and so you kind of flick back to the beginning, and you see the title is Empress of the Dying Sun.
Is there anything else about them, or just their name?
Yeah, so you can see this information's been kind of pieced together over the last few years, for as long as the truth teller has been active, which has been pretty much like as long as Rupert's been doing it, so maybe like less than 10 years. So what you can gather about them is that they are they're a religious sect. They follow Calacta, and their symbol is very similar to some of the stuff that you will have seen Morgan using. Like they're a religious kind of order of Calacta. Part of the reason that they're kind of countercultural is that in Gairmarus, the kind of accepted major deity, the kind of organizational governmental deity, if for want of a better word, is Praetor. But you also see that, like, you get the sense that some of the beliefs of this group could be quite extreme. So they're not just like, you know, there are churches to Calacta in this city because there's still freedom of religion, but these are quite an extreme kind of group. Their kind of primary goals that you can see is to like spread the word of Calacta, and they're trying to kind of make Calacta the main god in Gairmarus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sorry. The thing that you've... What
I'm
are you...
having
Oh my god.
realizations about things.
Okay. The thing about the Golden Mask you see it's in an interview from a defector who, shortly after interviewing with the truth teller, left Gairmarus.
Oh, I thought you were going to say died.
Yeah, me too.
No. Yeah, no. I mean, it could be that. I could make it that dark, but it's not that dark. He left Gairmarus, but he named. The reason for him leaving is apparent because he named one of the secret society members. One of the prominent leaders is a guy called Eiriol of the Dying Sun. He wears this golden mask at all meetings, so no one knows his true identity, although other members do go unmasked. So he's...
Aurelius of the Dying Sun is like the name, the title, not the...
The title, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's a really bad secret if they just told us. He went a secret mask to hide his identity as this guy.
This is his fake name, and he wears this mask to protect his identity. The interviewee made an assumption that he's relatively high up within society, but didn't have any kind of idea as to who he might be. Yeah, he was described as a zealot, and the person who was interviewed relatively recently and suggested that there had been some kind of goings on in the sect that hadn't been communicated with, that kind of gave the impression that the leaders were a bit concerned about Kalacta as a god.
As in, they were worried about the state of Kalacta.
Yeah, they were worried about the Order's relationship with Kalacta.
Okay.
And seemed to be wanting to go above and beyond to kind of redeem themselves in the eyes of Kalacta for something, but they didn't really have a sense of like what needed redemption.
Okay. Alright. I think that's a pretty good amount of information to go off.
Yeah. For a secret
society, I kind of know a huge amount about them.
You know a lot, yeah. You rolled a 23. And you went to the right people.
Yeah.
So this girl has still been flicking through the books. She's like not the brightest, and kind of registers that you've stopped, and she goes, "Did you find what you were looking for?"
Yeah.
Can I have a little look?
Of course.
She kind of comes over and she reads, and she goes, "Oh, yeah, I remember hearing about this guy. He sounds like a nasty piece of work."
Yeah. See, out of character, I'm really resisting the urge to make this person Dr. Watson, in every capacity, and just, just like, you know, be like, cool, come on, let's go, let's solve the mystery.
You've befriended an NPC, and now the NPC is your best friend.
That's how it works.
Yeah, she's
I will say,
adorable.
if the other person that Toz has been going on this adventure with shows up with, like, what she sees in her eyes as a replacement for her, it will crush her. My brother replaced me, and then Delphi did too.
Oh my god.
What?
It's like that episode of Buffy.
I love no context other than that episode of
That-
Buffy
You can
as if they were
describe
like
most
five.
of Toz's plot lines as it's like that episode of Buffy.
True. Oh god, damn, yeah.
Delphi goes, okay, I don't entirely know how anything here works. How important is Praetor to this, to your city?
Oh, I mean, well, that depends on who you ask. And Rupert says that gods are just bigger kings, and so we shouldn't really be listening to them anyway. But
Rupert has some good and bad takes.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I suppose it depends. Like, I wouldn't describe us as like a super religious society, but he's important. he's the one that gave us this, and she kind of gestures around. He taught us how to move with the seasons and to go from place to place, and he sent his likeness of a bird, an eagle, and well, that's what the religious texts say, so he's kind of responsible for why we're doing okay as a city. I guess it depends on your relationship with the city. If you're happy with how things are, then you're happy with Praetor, and if you're less happy with how things are, then he's less important to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I will say it seems like this place is... It's not bad by any means. I've seen a lot worse in the short time I've been out of the forest. But it is not good. You have many problems that you are not... You have many strange problems. It may be the strangest place I've seen in a while.
I don't know. I think it's difficult, right? Like a lot of people, I think they're seeing the way that things have changed in places like Antaburgh and Navrosh and the Catgirl City. They're seeing like different ways of structuring stuff, and they're starting to wonder why we do the things in the way that we do. I mean, I think some of the lords are great. If you meet Rupert, don't tell him that I said that, because, I mean, obviously, like, that's not very countercultural of me, but I do. I think some of them are cool, but I guess some of them are less good at their jobs, and I mean, it's hard to know how this city would work and how we would make decisions without them, but...
Your lords don't need to be born into lordship, though. That is the main issue. There is no... You get no right to make a decision who is a lord. You have to sit with a lord who may not represent you. And this is when the Soviet Union national anthem starts playing in the background.
Chloe, edit it in.
No, please don't. Any culture is complicated, and you should not get rid of your history, your culture, solely to entirely. You should change it, grow and adapt. That is the way that we continue to exist, and it is the way that things get better. But it seems like you haven't changed since Praetor blessed you with this, with the knowledge to create all of this city. And maybe you should. Anyway, I have to get going. You have a fun time.
Oh, okay. It was nice to meet you. Well, what's your name?
Oh, Delphi.
Hi, Delphi. I'm Xena.
Good to meet you. If you are ever outside of the city, or if you're ever in Catgirl City, you may end up saying hello. Goodbye.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright, bye.
Delphi's gonna track Toz down. Because
Nice.
Well, Delphi knows what the secret society is. What to do with that information? Blech.
Hello, you lovely lot. It's me, it's only Chloe. You know the drill by now. It's break time. Go get a drink, go get a snack, look after yourselves. But in the meantime, you might consider listening to little old me, because I'm here to tell you ways you can support our lovely little podcast. The best way you can support us is by joining our Patreon. For as little as £3 per month, you will get a shout out on the podcast and access to our patron-only Discord. Plus, there's a bunch of other tiers on there with much more exciting benefits, like access to our bonus content, our side quest episodes, for example. You can have access to DM notes and character sheets. You can get your own personalized message right here in the middle. Woo! And you can even have the opportunity to play TTRPG with us, with the cast. And we're basically celebrities at this point. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You can find that at patreon.com/Deck of Many Aces. Be sure to check it out. You can even join for free and get updates that way. Of course, if you're not prepared to pay per month, you can always make a one-time donation to our supporter Acast link, which is right there in the episode description.
Today's promo is for Tales of Yavard. Tales of Yavard is an actual play podcast using the brand new Mythcraft system. The first campaign, The Sea's Tale, follows our heroes struggling against pirates, mercenaries, and crime families as they seek to discover the truth of a terrible attack. Roll trailer!
A small ship rides the salt-laden wind across the sea.
The sound of waves striking the side of the vessel echo from below.
This ship, though small, carries with it the potential to change the world as we know it.
If the crew can overcome their demons, that is.
Tales of Yavard is an actual play podcast using the brand new Mythcraft system developed by Quasi-Real Publishing.
The first campaign, The Sea's Tale, follows our heroes struggling against pirates, mercenaries, and crime families as they seek to discover the truth of a terrible attack.
The secrets they may uncover on this journey will bring them closer to that truth, but the cost may be greater than any of them know.
Listen wherever you get your podcasts and find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok under Tales of Yavard Pod.
I am going to ask what happened last time because it sounded like you guys maybe needed to remember what happened last time.
Wherever did you get that impression?
Narc.
So we found that we can cure the time forgetfulness in the looping via a big, strong spell magic, which is good because we have people who can cast that, and I think we've all had that cast on us now.
I don't think that you and I have, but Equilibrium and Liberty have.
Okay.
If I can remember. Or maybe
yeah.
one of us did?
Yeah.
None of
we
us
haven't
remember
forgotten
anything,
yet.
so clearly no one has received a Dispel Magic.
Yeah, like, I think that me and Raina and Morgan haven't been in the time loop long enough to forget stuff.
Oh yeah, but
yes.
We may
That's it.
need someone to come and do it to us at some point.
Should we do it prematurely, just in case?
If we have the spell slots, but because we're not getting them back, are we? And we've cast it on Liberty and Equilibrium, and we've cast it on Annoying Brother Arthur, and we have heard from him something about the water treatment plant.
Yes, our theory was that whatever it was that was causing the time loop was in the water?
Yeah, I think there's something about there being people getting sick because of the water.
That was it. That was the reason why. I'm glad we have you, Katie. I remember nothing.
You think this is me remembering? I don't remember anything. Yeah, so let's go to the water place. We've just finished the ball because we were talking to Arthur. So that means how much time do we have left of this loop?
You usually come in at around about... I'm going to say a number and then I'm going to completely contradict. No.
No, it was later because we left.
Definitely not.
We left the city and then we came back, so it was like 8 p.m. by the time we came.
I was about to say 8. Yeah, 8 o'clock sounds about right. Yeah, so I think it was about 8 o'clock. So by the time you've fetched the twins and got them out, I think it's probably about 9. So yeah, do you want to head to the water treatment plant?
Yeah.
Is this the next loop round then? After nothing left of the previous night then?
So you had end of the first loop was Gimbal telling you what was going on. Second loop was you kind of first coming in and having a look for clues. Then I think third loop was you coming to the ball and talking to your scummy brother. And then fourth loop,
which is the one we're in now, which is
the one you're in now.
We went to see Equilibrium and Liberty and they'd both forgotten us. And that's where we left
Yes.
Let's go to the water treatment plant. It's 9 PM. We're doing it. If this doesn't make sense with the previous content, then timey-wimey.
Yeah, we're booking it. Run as fast as we can. We don't have long.
Cool. All right. You book it. You book it so bookily. Oh god, I'm so tired. Yeah, you head down to the water treatment plant. Obviously, because it's nighttime, it's a little bit of a skeleton crew situation. So there's just a couple of people mulling around. A tiefling, the color of a high-vis jacket, wearing like a grey jacket, is stood like outside, kind of almost like they're not like on guard or anything, but sort of the sentry. She looks you up and down and goes, "Can I help you with something?"
Yeah, we're here to do an inspection.
At 9 PM?
No better time.
Are we really doing the inspection routes? I don't think we should. Look, we think something's gone weird about the water. Is something weird about the water?
Honestly, you ruined it now, Morgan.
I don't think we should. This nice person is not our enemy. Probably.
I don't know that.
Look, I don't know what you're suggesting, but like, can't you like come back tomorrow? You know,
I absolutely cannot do that.
Hours?
Hi, are you part of the union? We're here to talk about the union.
Okay, well, I don't legally have to disclose that, actually, so I'm not going to.
No, we're part of the union.
A random stranger. Do you have any, like, ID that proves that? I've never seen you around here before. Not that I would know if you were part of the union, because I may or may not be affiliated with the union.
I cast Dispel Magic on her at 3rd level.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry.
You're gonna traumatize this lady!
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more of these. I'm gonna burn one.
It's a saving throw, right?
Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends, and for each spell of the 4th level or higher on the target, I've got to make an ability check.
Right, yeah, okay, you make an ability check then.
Okay, so DC is 10 plus the spell's level, and I have rolled 8 plus 8 is 16.
I can't remember what I did last time, so forgive me if this is inconsistent, listeners.
Wait, is that right?
She looks at...
So that would be a 6th level spell.
Yeah, it's plus 8.
Yeah, she looks at you and she's like, "What? I don't know what you're trying to do, but I'm gonna need to, like, go and get, like, my manager or something, because I don't think this is... No.
Oh, so it does need to be 4th level or higher then.
No, that would have been a 6th level spell, because it's 10, you got a 16. 10 plus 6. So you'd have to cast it at, like, 7th level if you wanted to auto success.
For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
Yeah. So it's higher than a 6th level.
So 8 plus 8 is 16.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to dispel the time travel.
Yeah,
if Ellie's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
made the
But I
call.
thought that was different to what you said before.
No. I can't remember what I did last time, but I'm pretty sure it was quite high. And you've just been rolling very well.
I just realised I'd messed up and that wasn't a plus 8 actually. Because that's a saving throw. I should have been rolling an ability check, so that would only have been plus 4 anyway, so...
Oh well. Still wouldn't have worked.
12 don't hack it.
She reaches for like a sending stone type thing. Yeah, boss, we've got some visitors. I don't know if they're like authorized to be here, but yeah. And then she's like, I'm just gonna like need you to wait here with me while my boss comes
That's
downstairs.
fine. I just got a quick question. Are they coming now? Because we're in a little bit of a hurry.
Yeah, no, they won't be too long. It's just, like, the plant is quite big, so, they need to, like, walk. He doesn't have wings.
Yeah,
So,
we wait 5 minutes for him to come?
Yeah.
Or her? Or them?
She starts, like, just kind of, like, picking the skin under her nails, like, she's, like, super, super bored and does not want to have to deal with you.
Have you ever felt like everything's just the same over and over? That you're trapped in a single moment eternally? Did you ever get a sense of deja vu?
I certainly have.
I elbow both of them at once.
Raina's got 2 elbows.
The site manager finally comes down. They're like quite a sort of portly purple tiefling. They look up at you all and say, who are you guys?
I take like a glance at Morgan and just sigh and go, look, we're here from an organisation called Ace, and we have reason to believe that someone or something has been tampering with your waterworks, and we'd like to just have a look around and figure out what is going on and whether we can stop it.
I pull out my Ace ID card
we'll show the badges.
to show them.
Okay, can I get you to roll persuasion with advantage? And Gamble just kind of like looks at your badges and she's like, ha! Neat!
I do appreciate that we're following the rules.
I rolled a natural 19 and a natural 20, so that'll be a 32, please.
Holy cannoli. Yeah, he looks at you and is like, right, yes, right this way. Scylla, why didn't you just let them in earlier? And sort of glances irritatedly at the poor site worker who's just been like stood here this whole time, like just
I
picking
give the
nails.
10 gold pieces. Yeah. Sorry for the inconvenience.
I would have done the same thing.
He brings you into his office and he's like, right, so can you tell me a little bit more? What do you think might be the cause?
This is a really good question because I can't remember the actual reason why we're here. I'm going to see if I've written it down. Oh, the people that are sick, yes.
And I think when you spoke to Arthur, he said something about the workers being unhappy.
Because he's on the water board.
Because they were going off sick as well.
Okay.
He's on the water
So
board.
is this guy part of the working class or the bourgeoisie management class?
Definitely the bourgeoisie management class. Also, hello, Rupert. What are you doing in the main campaign?
You can hear Rupert's voice echoing from Gairmarus.
So, what has happened is, we've been hearing about everyone being a little bit sick in the town, like more than usual, and so we're investigating the ways that can happen. And one of the ways that can happen is through the water supply, and if something is contaminating the water supply, then lots of people might get sick. So we would like to see if we can find out if there is anything contaminating the water supply, and then help you to fix it.
We have reason to believe it might be deliberate sabotage rather than any kind of failing on your part. It's an external issue we're looking at.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Well, I can certainly show you around if that's helpful.
Yes.
We can. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Okay. And what was the name of the company that you said you worked for?
Oh, it's Ace.
Ace. Well, it's very nice to meet you. And he gives you both a handshake. Can I get you both to do a perception check for me, please?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And Gimbal as well.
Gimbal's been there the whole time.
I've been here the whole time.
23.
Perception, did you say?
Where are
that's a 7.
Gimbal?
19.
Nice.
Morgan gets distracted by a bug on the wall.
Yeah.
It's a cool bug.
Or I suppose I don't think that Morgan doesn't notice this. I think it's more like they don't notice this. Gimbal and Raina, this guy's got really clammy hands. That's all.
Does he look particularly, like, sweaty or nervous? Or is it just the hands?
He doesn't look sweaty. He just looks sort of... Oily is the wrong word, but he's got
This is discrimination against people with hyperhidrosis.
He's just got a bit of a sheen. A little bit of a sheen to his forehead. He doesn't look like he's too hot or like too nervous though.
Yeah. So it looks like he's like potentially could be sick rather than he's sweating because he's nervous.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take note of that and proceed.
Cool.
Equilibrium considers holding his hand for 10 minutes to cast Identify, but does not do it.
Damn, that would be cute. Like, romance. Identify. He leads you down to the water supply, and he walks you through the treatment plant. Obviously, that takes a little bit of time, but he kind of shows you the sort of the main facilities and all of the sanitation things, and how I've never been in a water treatment plant, so I don't really know what I'm talking about.
It'll be like a series of tanks getting like more and more clean kind of thing.
Right? Yeah. But he shows you all of the kind of the cleaning, and he says, well, as you can see, we always prioritize making sure that the water is nice and safe and drinkable for everybody.
I believe the word is potable.
Raina's just like pulling out a small notebook where in it has words like hypothesis and chronomancy and adds potable.
We've been, as I said, a little concerned that there may be some kind of outside sabotage. Have you had any trouble with the staff? Anyone who might be annoyed at the plant, who might be...
Well, I do think that that the staff are certainly not acting as they should, but to be honest, that's more to do with the current situation, he says, and he sort of realises that he's kind of made an admission there that you guys are right. But no, we haven't had.
Is that the general financial situation or a different situation?
The potential reduction in quality of the water. Let's say we've certainly had an increase in absences following prolonged exposure, which I think is completely unreasonable because I have been here the whole time.
Ah, I see. So they're trying to avoid the untreated water, is that it?
Yes, exactly. But yes, to be honest, we don't really have any. We do thorough background checks. I don't think there are any bad actors in the facility itself. No
ringleaders who we might need to go and have a little chat with?
No, well, I mean, there's certainly the agitators, but I wouldn't say that they are prone to sabotage.
Oh, I can never rule it out. Once they start organising, they could get up to all sorts.
It is really difficult, people don't know how lucky they are just to be in work, in employment, not everyone is so, especially not in Antaburgh. People aren't very grateful nowadays,
Yes, if you have any, if there are any particular individuals you can think of or names you can give us, we can go and have just do a bit more thorough checking with them and make sure they're not up to no good. Beyond the existing no good.
Would you mind if I take like a little sample of both your treated and your untreated water? Just tests?
Yes, you're right. It's always good to be safe, better to be safe than sorry. That much is true. So I can get those names for you, absolutely. Let me just jot those down. As for the water samples, I'm very sorry. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to do that.
Why's that then?
Well, you know how these things are. It's best that if there is a problem, it's solved internally, because otherwise, you know how people are, they could cause a bit of a ruckus, and then where would we be, you know? So if it's all the same to you, thank you very much for your concern, and I appreciate it greatly, but I think we will sort this out ourselves.
Hey,
That's fair enough.
What? I didn't ask your name. What's your name?
My name is Beadle Forthright.
Beadle, nice to meet you. I am Raina Riftwood. Look, these staff not acting as they should and taking time off and not being happy and everything, that's preventing you from doing your job properly, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, not allowing us to take a couple samples, and we don't mean to get in your way at all, does prevent us from doing our job properly. So you see, we're at a little bit of an impasse.
I see, yes.
If you
I
want
understand.
to provide the samples, we can stay here. That's a compromise we could make.
While they're having this conversation, Equilibrium would like to tap Liberty on the shoulder and telepathically communicate a plan to step back, shift slightly while everyone's distracted into workers' clothes, and go collect the samples.
Yes!
Nice! Yes! Great idea. Nice. Cool.
Can
okay.
Okay. I probably can't help you with this because I've been talking to the guy. Okay.
That is.
We
I
also
think
don't
that's
know
okay.
that they're changelings. We might. I mean, to be fair, Morgan probably suspects.
It is. Morgan can have a reasonable suspicion. Yeah. I was thinking more about. But no, there's. I cannot subtly cast greater invisibility on either of you, so you know.
But I don't think we need it.
No. Okay. Go for it.
There's nothing more distracting to a manager than having a long conversation about unions.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I think we should both make stealth checks with advantage for that. So I'm just gonna pop that through on my end as well. This is such a tinny little dice. Okay, well that was terrible. There we go, that was better. What did you get, Nate?
17.
Nice. Okay, I got a 15. So Gimbal probably a little more successfully is able to blend into the crowd. Rather, Equilibrium, sorry.
Who is this Gimbal?
And then Liberty is kind of helping out, but is a little bit more conspicuous, I suppose. So you going to collect some samples then?
Yeah.
So there are like 5 containers of water, from the water that's literally just coming into the plant to the water that's just going out. Where do you want to take samples from? And with what, actually? Do you have like any receptacles?
Beginning and the end would be ideal. Let's see what I have in my inventory here.
I have a water skin.
I also have a water skin. So there you go.
Well then, there we go. So I guess
what a thing for an adventurer to have.
I know, right? What a thing for a random member of the Antaburgh bourgeoisie to have. Funny that. Yes.
To be fair, I also carry a water bottle everywhere I go.
That's true.
So...
Me too, actually. Yeah.
I carry an absolutely huge water bottle that carries like 2 litres of water everywhere I go.
All members of the bourgeoisie that we are.
Hydrate or die straight.
Yeah.
Is that how it goes? Okay.
That's how it goes.
All queer people are hydrated.
Straight people should also hydrate, to be clear.
That is true.
Equilibrium and Liberty successfully pick up some water. As you are having this conversation, Raina, you notice the clamminess on this guy's forehead seems to almost be accelerating the more kind of agitated he gets, and it's becoming like almost sort of mucus-like.
Okay.
I'm gonna notice this and like whatever I'm saying, just like stop and go,
hey, if you don't mind me saying, don't look so good. I might have something to help if you would allow me.
I don't need your help.
I'm gonna get my weirdometer and point it at him.
It's no harm to try. Might not even do anything.
What are you doing, Raina?
Lesser restoration.
Whoa.
There's only a lesser restoration. You don't need to go whoa at it.
Yeah, I can't do greater, but it can end either one disease or one condition, and the condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Ooh. Let me have a look at my thing.
D&D's got too many damn spells in it. Every now and then one comes along that annoys the DM to death.
No, this is great. This is great. So, Morgan, you hold up your weirdometer to this weird little man, weird little person. They use he, they pronouns.
Diversity win.
Diversity win. The bourgeois manager is non-binary. Nothing's coming up on your gravimeter. Raina, as you cast this lesser restoration, you see it kind of like wash over him, and can you roll me an Arcana check, please?
That I can do. Oh, that's another nat 20! Oh my god!
Oh!
I am
okay.
I'm so well.
Raina's doing it this evening. You can tell then. Not only does this spell have no effect, you understand, and I think particularly because of your background, this makes sense that you would glean
Is it
this.
weird fey magic?
No, but you realise that the problem is that this person has been magically charmed by something.
Oh.
And that is what is causing this effect.
That's a weird effect of a charm. Okay.
I don't know. I get sweaty around charming people.
Oh, I wonder. I don't have any spells that can stop that, but I do. If I can get, I can do counter charm potentially, but it would be a bit weird socially.
Yeah.
I mean, sort of do this,
sure,
and realize that it doesn't work, and I go,
this one might seem a little bit weird, but all you gotta do is listen. I know it's a little bit strange, but I think this
He's
one
looking real
I
annoyed.
know, I'm sorry. It's just, you know how people were like, I see a problem, I want to help people, I want to fix it, you know. I just want to try this. I've got one more thing and then that's it. And I get my flute out and I just play a little song. It literally only lasts like 6 seconds because round. And it means that any friendly creatures, which I'm including this person in that, can gain advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. Now that might not do anything because he might not be making saving throws, but just in case.
Let's see.
I mean, it's something that I can just do, so I'm not wasting anything by doing it.
Would you say it was advantage?
Advantage, yeah.
Okay. You cast your charming magic through your flute, and you can see that it sort of sways this person, like he closes his eyes and he looks a little bit in pain for a moment, and then your magic recedes as it doesn't manage to get a purchase on whatever other powerful magic has this person in its thrall, and he opens his eyes and they are almost black all the way through.
Whoa.
And he says, "Leave now!"
Okay, I'm leaving. I'll leave. It's fine. Oh no, I just had such a cursed thought. We should probably just leave. But I think that's what I want to do because I'm feeling chaotic and Raina will probably do it.
Oh god.
Can I just like...
Zap him?
I think she would just do a full-on Marty McFly. What the hell is that? And then run and try and hide.
Oh my
What?
God.
You know in Back to the Future when Marty McFly is trying to get out of the
point behind
thing,
him and go,
and
oh my god, what is that?
Oh. I haven't watched Back to the Future
in about 8 years, so I can't say that I have like that much. And I think I'm gonna get him to do an insight check.
Insight? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll deception?
Yeah, please.
That's a 23, although I do kind of feel like I should do it with disadvantage at how terrible a ploy that is.
Yeah, I think you probably should.
Okay, it's actually a 15.
Yeah, he doesn't turn around. In fact, I think it's probably because I don't think he can, like, I don't think he's fully listening to you right now. I think he's making motions towards, like, the security guards to try and get you off the premises.
Honestly, you really should have looked. That looks so bad. Right, okay. And I sort of look over at Morgan and I'm like, Morgan!
Time to go!
I'm leaving! And then look around.
Did I get that list of names from him, by the way?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I take the list of names.
I look around and see that the other two are not here and just, like, turn back at Morgan and, like, have really wide eyes, like,
Morgan just shrugs and starts leaving. We're leaving.
Deck of Many Aces is Anne Chisholm, Eiriol Evans, Ellie Webster, Katie McLeod, and me, Chloe Elliott. Really big thanks to our patrons Nate Scott Jones, Ouroboros, EK Green, Space Ben, Callum D, Ebad, KP, and Steph Burke Stelia. Head to patreon.com/Deck of Many Aces to hear your name in that list of legends and check out the bonus content that we offer. Alternatively, you can go to supporter.acast.com/Deck of Many Aces with dashes between the words for one-time donations. If you enjoy our podcast, please do give us a review. It's incredibly helpful for growing podcasts like ours, and we read them all, and it makes us really happy. You can leave us a review on the podcast platform of your choice, or alternatively on Podchaser. You can follow us on social media at Deck of Many Aces, pretty much everywhere. Or if you want to get in contact with us by email, you can send an email to deckofmanyaces@gmail.com. All the music for this podcast is written by me, Chloe Elliott. You can find it on all music streaming platforms. The entire thing is on SoundCloud though, so there's your tip. Go there for all of the secrets. And if you want to find us in other places on the internet, you can find myself and Am on our sister podcast, A Rendezvous with Destiny. You can also find me on Bowies and Spelljammer, which airs on the Roleplay Factory on YouTube. And to find out what creative things that Ellie is up to, head to the episode description to sign up for their mailing list. Well, that's me signing off. Have an ace week. Bye!